What's up, Strike Team, and welcome back to another episode of Strike Team Official, and this is the second part of our training with Dmitry.
One count, one move. H, knee, san, chi, go, look, sit, touch, two moves. H, knee, san, chi, knee, san, chi, knee, san, chi, go, look, san, chi, go, look, sit, touch, contact. Yoku, pitch, knee, san, shi, go, look, sit, touch. How you do? Oh, I remember.
Now, I want to pause right here. This part of the video is showing a very special part of the history with me and Dmitry. This technique he's trying to show me here is when I knew he was different. Okay, because it was the first time we ever trained together. He asked me to throw a jab to a body cross at him at full speed, full power. And he did this technique on me, and I did it about 3 times. And at the end of those 3 times, my arms were numb. Okay, I couldn't move them properly for the rest of the training session. It hurt so bad. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, oh, okay, this is more than just a block. You're literally numbing out my body with this technique. And right here, you're going to see my attempt to learn it. I'm going to say attempt because it was an attempt. It was not successful. So do not ask me questions. I will ask Dmitry to come and maybe do another episode on it and work with me more on it, because I did not successfully figure it out by the end of this training session. But it is something I'm going to work on. So please enjoy.
Relaxing and face move first 5 degrees, and here you do stretching. Use it as bit. It's like 2 options. You put your weight to the face, or you stretching in the opposite direction. Okay. And when you do continue, you stretch it and you want more support on your rear leg. Alright.
So what Dmitry is trying to say here is that as I send out this strike, I am both sending my weight into the ground through my foot and also expanding it out through the strike, right into a nerve cluster on the bottom of my opponent's wrist.
But for me, I prefer here or here. It's different. For swim, it's here and when you do here and
Right here, he's pointing out his preferred targets. And I just want to remind you, it was this technique done in real time that really showed me how good he was, because he absolutely numbed my arm with this. More legs. I thought you said more relaxed and more legs.
Relax.
So, here. Yeah. All right.
And now, this move, it's imagine you smash the palm. You try to leave the heel. Yeah. With the heel.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Now it's good. Yeah. Now it's good. Yes.
No. Yeah, it's just like you training on the cross. More stretching. And more to the front. Yeah, it's line between your arm and your like you screw the towel under your feet. You set it on the towel, and you screw.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Relax.
Yes. Yeah. So here I'm getting the arms a little bit better, but my legs are still not activating properly. Right now he's having me aim at a different part of the arm where it's a little easier to get the damage. Mostly because I'm having trouble. I see. Just hyperextends. Yeah. By hitting under the elbow on a section that doesn't naturally bend, it creates sort of this like hyperextension feeling that you can get on the arm that's a lot easier to generate if you aren't having the precision to hit the nerve cluster correctly or just aren't generating power as efficiently, such as myself. Okay. Not hurting, not hurting. Hi. Bring it back, yeah. I pop it on the way in. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you do slow because this is why I can bring my arm back. But if it's harder, if you do the arm, it's very more harder.
And here.
What is how it shows? With arm palm, you palm the arm, and roll on the direct also the feet,
and hold and yes. Alright. I really like how both the pain multiplier of hitting either the nerve cluster or under the elbow, as well as holding the opponent's arm in the air after that first strike, allows for the second strike to come in, which at full speed, you know, with a hand retracting after a real punch, it seems unlikely you'd be able to get off that second shot. But with those two things in mind, it makes it a lot more likely to do the technique while still staying true to the original source material. I know my personal timing is still not great, but guys, I am just learning this right now. And now we're doing another part of that same basic technique where you're sort of opening your arms up and hitting the inside of your opponent's forearms or wrists. Has a similar thought process where you're hitting a nerve cluster. And once again, I am struggling with it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'll practice. That is practice.
This move. I practice like you want. So for example, it's jab to the head and cross to the face.
Boy, I remember. You know my arm, I couldn't move it the next day.
And seven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Punch, center, punch. 1, 2. You already have.
Keep right here.
And hook, low, not top. Yes.
Ah.
You keep it. Yeah, and.
Right.
More like.
Alright, okay.
Huh?
Yes. As I'm
voice recording this, I recognized that earlier this morning, I was actually doing some MMA sparring, and I used the beginning part of this combo earlier today with MMA gloves on. So I didn't even really think about it when I was doing it. I was just like, let me do some karate stuff, and I happened to use this. I'm really starting to like this technique because I recognize that once I get really proficient in it, not just could I possibly numb out their arm, but I could go right at their eyes right after, just straight for an eye poke or an eye gouge. And I really like dirty street stuff like that.
This one I like which it's not like a lot of fancy move. It's less move, but more deep for application. Yeah. Training. Mavashi sumo and and you step in front and train.
And here we start throwing that full contact karate style combos. You know, that stuff that Kyokushin karate in particular is really famous for. I just want to point out that we are both going super, super light. I am aware of that. This is very much a technical sort of flow. Neither of us are hitting each other very hard, but that's okay. We both get our conditioning in on a regular basis in other areas, so we're not really blasting at each other right now. So right now we're just running through Kanchi wa Kata, the second kata in the system, and the first one with an official bunkai are set of applications that are sort of taught in a very traditional, formal format. And while the traditional bunkai is really good at teaching you what the applications are, it's not the best at setting it up in the most practical or realistic way. And so Dmitry has adjusted it, or has an adjusted version that I think teaches how to use the moveset in a much more realistic way. Normally, the bunkai would be done as if you're being attacked on multiple sides by multiple people, and you drop every person with your very first shot, which is obviously not the most realistic thing in a real fight. So what you're gonna see here is how he kind of flows what would be 3 attacks done on 3 different people, and he just flows them together to do against one opponent.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Combination of strikes.
Okay.
It can be like you attack.
Ah, I like that. Okay. Aye. Side kick. Yeah. Hey.
When you do more of the it's going to be here. It's going to be 1.
Here.
when it's punching, like it's
2-4.
yeah, no, but you say you're punching here, but you need to leave and touch.
Aye.
And deliver.
So here Dmitry is showing how you use the thumb of the bowskin to actually go into your opponent's body, similar to the way a boxer's hook might go in and hit the floating rib. And it's interesting because while it doesn't curve around the guard the way a boxer's hook might, the way it penetrates into your body feels very similar to like a liver or kidney shot when you get hit with like a good, a body shot from a boxer.
No, it's okay. Like, no injury, but it's you see, like, big difference.
As you can see, it doesn't really take a lot of power to just push that floating rib in a little bit and cause some serious pain.
Somebody punching you or somebody fighting, when you fight, it's gonna be second move.
And then hits him right in. Understood.
He's also showing here that due to the manipulation ability of a flat hand versus a fist, it's easier to kind of get your hand through your opponent's guard with your bowskin than it is a normal boxer's fist.
Like I'm doing. No. Straight.
From mouth.
So while circle block. Yeah, hit. And it's still hitting. I can still hit your eye.
Yeah, but I think like when you're sitting on the side, you cover by your shoulder. Yes. But here,
So here, behind.
if you cover by your shoulder,
He's even showing here how you can turn the strike into a hook and use it to kind of go into the opponent's temple as well. Very versatile technique. And now we're pulling out the big guns, going back to the Konchiwa techniques. The circle block into the elbow and back fist in Konchiwa, and using that as a defensive technique against the swing of a stick, but actually using it with pads to make sure we're generating the power and getting the timing more correct. Now, what's about to happen here is pretty huge because I'm switching the kind of elbow I'm throwing to an elbow that you see later on in more advanced kata. And what I discovered by using the pads is that my weight transfer, while looking very pretty in the kata, is actually incorrect to what I would be using against a real opponent. And this was something I didn't notice before, because in the past, I would throw this elbow from a higher position, maybe in, say, a Muay Thai class, or not exactly the way it was initially intended to be used. But when I actually used it against a pad, I was able to really check my weight against resistance and really understand what I need to do to adjust it for the future.
And grip grab.
or it's gonna be perfect. Boom, elbow, boom, and Huracan.
Oh, Huracan? Yeah, Huracan. Under here. Huracan. Oh, Huracan. I thought you said Huracan.
Now, let me just get ahead of the guys in the comment section who are going to say how unrealistic it is to ever do any kind of knife disarm or something like that. I understand this is extremely hard to pull off, but I actually do practice this with some cops and some bikers and some other stuff out at one of my Muay Thai schools in Sacramento, where we will actually come together and practice knife disarms like this. And these are guys who also train MMA, who train HEMA, all of that kind of stuff. And we do pull this stuff off. I understand it's high risk, high reward, and not necessarily the easiest thing to do, but I have pulled off knife disarms in actual situations where the guy is trying to actually hit me with a knife. Like I've pulled it off.
Ah, get in. Avoid the punch to the back of the head. Now press. Yes.
Drop the two fingers. Roll and edge to me.
Yes.
One, two. One, two. One. Hey, yes.
Guide again. Yeah, stab myself.
It's when you do, like, cut. That's right. No.
Straight. Oh.
Because nobody do this.
Okay. Americans are pretty stupid. They might.
Other two. Mostly it's
No, you're right.
even from here,
It's still straight in.
here, but it's never like this. Never like this. Good. And here. From here. You suppose even if you can't do this, you control. Now you can punch me.
Time I am releasing this video, I've actually used this exact move he's showing right now, where I'm really close in and like hugging the arm. I've actually used this maybe 2 or 3 times in actual knife sparring successfully.
Close. Yes. And more.
Yes.
Right. Now look it down.
Yes.
Same with the arm and pick down.
Yes.
Switch and save.
Yes.
And block.
Bam. Yeah. Good.
But you can do it again.
Right.
Okay. I'm forward. I'm perfection. No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you which you control one first here. If you take a mile, it's going to be combination some kata, it's going to be one like by one. Like 2 next. 2. Three wait. And wow, and shoot off.
Alright.
In terms of combination kata, you could be able to the techniques line kata.
Well, there you go, guys. That is our training session with Dmitry. There is no official outro because that was a real training session. It wasn't designed for a YouTube video. That's actually why my interview with him was done at the end. And there's not, no mics on us or anything like that. But I hope you enjoyed it for the information that it contained. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. I'm going to be doing more training with Dmitry in the future. So if you have any questions, it'll be easy for me to go and ask him and maybe do a follow-up video and stuff like that. Again, we focus here a lot on trying to make karate as practical as possible and kind of evolving the art form. So if that's something you're interested in, again, remember, like and subscribe. And I'm also going to be covering other martial arts as they come in the future. So if you're just a martial art lover, join the team, like, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff. Follow us on Instagram. Strike Team Official. Also, Full Contact Kata on Instagram. Both of those are sort of, you know, YouTube-y, businessy Instagrams. I have my personal one too, Leo the Striker. With a Y. Leo the Striker with a Y. It's also Strike Team with a Y. Just like the channel name. Okay, I'm rambling now. See you later. Peace.